Well, good morning, my friends. It is Thursday. Some people call it Thirsty Thursday. Go out and catch a baseball game, get you some barbecue. Busy night because a lot of people take off work on Friday or don't have work on Friday. God bless them. I'll tell you what. So, we haven't talked about Michael in a few weeks. We are definitely going to talk about him today. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance, because the title of my show says, How many confessions does Ellie need? It should have said, How many confessions does the DA need? Because I cannot figure out with 4 suspects and several confessions that were forensically backed up why they're not rounded up and charged. I don't know. Obviously, Mike Duke, the DA, knows way more than me. I don't know if they're waiting on a grand jury. I don't know. But we've known about these 4 misfits since 2022. And if we know about them, law enforcement, excuse me, got a frog in my throat, knew about them way before. As you know, we're always the last to know. Uli Girl said we have a great community. Look at that. Uli Girl, one of my best friends. Love you, girlfriend. It's just something else. And I couldn't imagine as a parent knowing that 2 people are out there that abducted my child and they're free. Yeah, I know Brandon got into some little scrape, for inattentive driving. He's not going to go to jail and tell anybody anything. Hell, I got a text message from Misty saying that his attorney said for them not to talk to anybody. Okay. That's sage advice from an attorney. That's normally what they say. So you think he's going to go to jail and bum a cigarette off the guy in the next cell and spill his guts? No, they've come too far. So let's take a minute and tell everybody good morning. We have more storms coming through today. Tornadic activity overnight. Now, I don't know if from where I am, if it's going to be sent to my friend Diana or to my friend Susan. I don't know. But once we get done with it, y'all are going to be getting some shit. Let's take a minute to tell everybody good morning. And we got Jules in the chat. I want to give Jules a special shout out today because I had flyers for Michael printed out. Oh, yes, I did. And I left them at home as we were on the road going to CrimeCon. Well, mine were just done on plain paper, okay? They were. Jules went to her library and she had many printed. I don't even know what it cost her. Geez, I don't know. But they're on that real glossy paper. And we ran all around CrimeCon begging people to talk about Michael Vaughn. True Crime Beat was there. Pat was there. And, well, here we are. Like I said, 4 suspects. 4 suspects. And this family deserves their son back. All right, let's just do a little recap, and I'm going to go through some recordings that I have between me and Fat Fuck Stacy with all the issues he was having. He confesses a lot of things. And yes, law enforcement has all of these. Every one of them.
News Channel 7. This is the news at 4.
First at 4, body cam video uploaded to YouTube this week could provide more clues in the disappearance of Michael Vaughn. The then 5-year-old boy went missing in 2021 from his home in Fruitland, Idaho. And I want to bring in Abby Davis and Abby Wilt here with us following the story.
Abby and Abby need to grab a comb and comb this dude's hair. Holy hell. Did he stick a penny in the light socket? Shit.
Story. We'll start with Abby Wilt. You're going to break down key points from that video in just a minute. But Abby Davis, you spoke with Michael's mom just a short time ago about this video, where it came from. What do we know about this?
Right. Well, Joe and Abby, Brandy Neal says she and a family friend leaked the 2-part video. It shows one of the 2 suspects in the case, or it shows one of the 4 suspects in the case, rather. Stacey Wandra, who was in jail at the time in Washington County, telling detectives Michael's body was in he and his wife's backyard. They lived just minutes away from the young boy. Brandy says they accidentally got the video last spring through an unrelated public records request. She asked the friend to file the request on her behalf. Brandy started uploading the video on her own YouTube yesterday. The family friend who runs the true crime account, Clutch Them Pearls, uploaded it to their account today. Brandy says she leaked the video because she's angry, tired, and sick of not having any answers and wanted to take the situation into her own hands. She doesn't want her decision to discredit any of the hard work the Fruitland Police Department has done. She says they've worked tirelessly to bring Michael home. She did decline an interview because of her poor health. Stacey is still a suspect. He's been in and out of custody for a couple of years after pleading guilty to an unrelated gun crime, then violating conditions of his supervised release. He's currently in federal custody, waiting for a hearing that's set for mid-February. His wife, Sarah, who is also a suspect, is in prison until at least 2026.
Okay, let's talk about Sarah. Let's talk about Sarah for a minute. When she was confronted on a Friday evening in her living room, I'm not sure who else was there with her. No idea. Brandon was still around. He certainly was. She said the highest God told her Stacey did it. And that, of course, Adrian was involved. Now, Brandon's girlfriend, Misty, told me that Adrian was only involved in order to, these are her words on her text, traffic the kid. Well, that just about made me pass out. Just about made me pass out. Pat K, thank you so much for the super sticker. You are an amazing, amazing person. I actually choked up when I saw that. Stacey also told me, if you remember, that Adrian is involved in human trafficking. Not that I'm a super sleuth, but all I could find on Adrian Temple Lucian was drug trafficking. That's all I could find. That's all I could find. Seems like they would be much different. Pat K said, well, the highest God told me you have some secrets. They do. They do. Now, what are the odds? Since some people say Stacey was lying just to get out of his cell, but what are the odds that he led them right to where Michael at one time was buried? Okay, that's a horrible thing to say. That is a horrible thing to say. But it's the truth, because we all heard it together when Chief of Police said they have evidence that says at one time he was buried there.
On charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence unrelated to Michael's disappearance. There are 2 other suspects, Adrian Lucian and Brandon Shurtleff. They both lived with the Wandras. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff told me recently that he knows where they are, but wouldn't elaborate further on any of the suspects since it's an active investigation. Nabby, will you watch the videos, break them down for us?
Abby, that's more than an hour's worth of body camera footage showing Stacy Wandra FaceTiming with detectives and directing to where Monkey's body was buried in his backyard.
It's like right under that mound area.
It's right under the mound, about where at compared to the trees?
A little like right to the right of the trees area. It should be a garbage bag.
Okay, what color is the garbage bag?
It would either be white or black. We only had two colors.
Is the duct tape still gonna be over his mouth?
It should be.
Okay.
I didn't watch to take them off.
Okay.
So you should have everything intact as it was.
Footage recorded on November 12th of 2022 and uploaded to YouTube shows Stacy Wandra, a suspect in the disappearance of 5-year-old Michael Monkey Vaughn, telling detectives where to find Monkey's body, which was in Stacy's backyard.
Okay, so I'm going out the kitchen door.
And that's some equipment.
That is some equipment. Okay, where do I need to go?
Okay, face to the
Heinous and callous. He is speaking to the detective. She goes, okay, I'm going out the kitchen door. He's like, that's some equipment. Let's talk about what went on in the house, or what went on when you stopped to supposedly put power steering fluid into your truck and happened to see the child. How can you be so detached from the horrible things you have done, associated with? How? And don't tell me it's some fetal alcohol syndrome. And just a couple of months ago, Michael's mother, his mama, sat down with the DA that showed her the probable cause affidavit. She went on to even say there was tears on that paper. I don't even know how she could absorb all that. Because from my understanding, it's a big, big stack of papers. It's big.
right, like right where the dirt piles are.
He claims he watched the burial happen.
Okay, how far down is Michael?
I don't know how far she actually dug, to be honest with you.
And the she he's referring to, that's his wife Sarah, another suspect in the case. Stacy says Adrian, a third suspect, was also there for the burial.
Give me an approximate time frame it took her to dig and bury.
I don't know, I'd say probably between a half hour to an hour-ish. I want to say. I mean, I think Adrian was helping her, if I'm right about that. I mean, Adrian's Brandon wasn't anywhere around that. But I know Adrian's, pretty decent, skinny dude, so his abilities, and he's taller, so his abilities are a little more, spread open, wide open than.
Okay, short people. I guess Stacy thinks if you're short, you can't dig a hole. Now, on one hand, he says he witnessed Sarah, who is not tall, not thin, digging the hole. Now, we know, according to law enforcement, I wouldn't know. But according to law enforcement, we know he was in the backyard. And the thing about Stacy I don't get is, like, one day he's taken up for Adrian. The next day he can't stand him. Last time I spoke to him, he was taking up for Sarah and Brandon and blaming everything on Adrian. Just tell the truth and shame the devil.
And Brandon, a fourth suspect, wasn't there. But Stacy says Monkey's body would likely be in Brandon's yard if they didn't find the remains in his and Sarah's yard.
If he's not in that backyard, is go to Cuna to Brandon's house and check in the backyard by the tree area.
Stacy insists he had no participation in the burial when detectives told him his wife Sarah said he did.
Sarah's made comments too, however, hers were that you were the one that did this.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had no. I can't even mow the yard. Do you see me digging a hole that big? I mean, I can barely walk as it is. So I mean, there's no way I have the energy. Like I said, Sarah, could have done something with it when I wasn't home. Knowing that she knew that I had seen where she was digging. So maybe she just wanted to keep, try to, keep it as a confusion. I mean, she's pretty scandalous like that.
And says he wanted Monkey's body to be found.
All I know is that the place where I saw her start the shoveling was where I pointed you. But
He is such a loser. Okay? And he's going to be in jail for quite a while. Now, according to him, when they went to get the junked out Mercedes in Cuna, he pushed it himself, but he can't push a mower. Okay. Bamacat said law enforcement knows little monkey was in that yard. I don't know why the hell they haven't arrested them for all the murder. I can't make it make sense. I think it lies with the DA. I really do. There is some hole in some story, and I'm not saying that they didn't have anything to do with it. I'm not saying that at all. There's obviously some gap that needs to be filled in order for him to get it all the way through the court. It is frustrating, and I can't imagine how this family feels. They're never going to leave it behind them. There's no rear view mirror when it comes to things like this. There's no closure. Matter of fact, they're going to go through hell all over again when they have to sit in court and listen to a trial. Mark my words. Broke my heart when Al Stout was talking about how it's a different grieving process when your child has been murdered. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. So you go through everything that you need to do to get to trial. And then once the gavel comes down and the conviction is handed out, then you go through a different grieving process. That's the reason he wanted people to quit talking about the case. Pale Ryder said, could this confession be used in court? Oh, yeah. He led him right to where Michael was buried under that grill. And they have evidence that he certainly was there.
Tear up the whole yard. I'm giving you guys what I got. I mean, that's the best I got for you. I wish I could tell you, yeah, it's for sure over to the left. I mean, what I've gotten for sure is from where I told you guys. Trust me, I want him home. I want you guys. I want him to be found. I'm distraught, like I want this, I want this to be done.
Oh yeah, you're real distraught, Stacy. You're loving the game. You're loving taunting law enforcement. You love taunting the family. Both you and Brandon have talked to people saying that they need to get off of your asses and look more at Tyler and Brandy. And that is a disgusting thing to say. Disgusting thing to say. But listen to him. I'm just distraught. I'm distraught. Are you kidding me? This is almost a year and a half after Michael was abducted. in his own neighborhood. I'm distraught. No, you're not. No, you're not. Imagine how distraught the parents are, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings. Imagine being the people in the neighborhood that think you have a safe neighborhood and the kids can get a popsicle and run over to the splash pad. Can't do that anymore. Can't do it anymore.
Over with, you know. This family suffered way too long, and you know.
And we do know that one of those 4 suspects in the case has reached out to the Fruitland Police Department today after that footage was released.
And I could only imagine who the one of the 4 is. All right, this is when I spoke to Stacy a long time ago. I'd say a long time ago, about a year ago. And he described the duffel bag. Now, he changes his story quite a bit. There's a difference between Stacy talking publicly and Stacy talking privately. Well, it's because it's 2 days of pay for him.
Yeah, that's rough.
And it's not the cold, it's, the ice.
Yeah.
Right there, we were talking about my husband being home because we had an ice storm. That's what that was about.
You leaving again? You leaving me again? Oh, well, yeah. Get dressed. Ow. Bubba Moose, Maya.
Okay, that's when he was living with Kelly and messing around with her dog, Maya. Yeah, he always acts like he's the animal whisperer, okay? Always. Good morning, Tana. My girl, I haven't seen you in a long time. I've missed you.
Ripley, come here. Ripley, come.
Her mom leaves the room.
They all leave the room. Oh, man. Maya. Oh, Maya. Go to mommy.
Oh, who's Maya?
Her service dog. She has, they're all the they're all, like, family members.
Not a good service dog, because what's that service dog doing fucking around with Stacy? He's laying on the bed, eating a Hot Pocket and Cheetos and messing around with the dog. Obviously not a good service dog. But I can tell you right now, Kelly is not the brightest bulb in the tanning bed. She went all the way to the homeless shelter because he put an ad on Craigslist, brought his ass back to her house expecting payment. And then after about roughly a week, she decided to Google his name and realized who he was and threw his ass out. Nice lady. I understand she's fully cooperative with law enforcement. She has nothing to do with Michael's case, though. And Stacy was always, shh, don't bring that up. He would say, don't bring that up because I need a place to live.
She has the dad, the son, and the mom.
Oh, so cute. Greg, look at that house I just sent you, hon.
Oh, yeah.
Are you getting mad at me, Greg? Because
the dad is a standard poodle. The brother and mom are, or the son and mom are the golden doodles.
Well, I understand it's cluttered, and I was getting anxiety looking at the pictures of the house. It seems like somebody collects a lot of things, and so obviously they're going to have to take all that stuff with them. Should I send it to the realtor? Okay, part of this is me talking over my shoulder to my husband about some houses we were looking at the time.
My buddy's coming to pick me up, so let me call you here in a bit.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on, because I told you that Brandon. How far away is your buddy?
He's like 10 minutes away. Why?
Well, because I had all these phone numbers for Brandon, and now suddenly they're not working. What is that about?
He changes his number all the time. You should have known that. It's nothing new.
Well, he mentioned something about a duffel bag, and then it trailed off. What duffel bag is he talking about?
I don't even know, and I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm not in the position to do that right now with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you would want. I thought you would want to know what he's saying.
No, I get it, but remember it's his own badge, not mine. So you need to ask him those questions. You said you had been emailing him. I mean, I would try to get information from him. Like, I don't know.
I mean, if it's his duffel bag, did he have it with him when you guys went to tow the car?
Yeah, I told you that.
Well, yeah, you did, but I mean, what he said that he was having trouble carrying it.
No. He's retarded. No, he's not. No, he didn't. There was nothing in there beside clothes. You could see all the clothes hanging out of it.
What kind of bag was it? Do you know? Was it like a Nike bag, an Under Armour?
I don't know, Brooks. You're asking me specifics again, and I really don't want to do this right now.
Oh no, I understand.
Into this new place.
No, I understand. I mean, just you're clearing things up, and
I understand that, and I'm also just transitioned to a new place, and I'm not really trying to have this conversation right now. I mean, again, I've told you everything that I know.
Oh, I know. I know you have. Why
do you keep trying to pressure me for more information that
I'm not? No. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, so he hung up on me. All right, so why would the duffel bag be hard to carry? What was in the duffel bag? Because clothes are not hard to carry. What the hell was in there? And again, why did Brandon feel the need to bring a duffel bag full of clothes up to Kuna and change clothes when they got there? Okay? Why?
Let me know in a couple hours.
Really? Where's this place at again?
It's called FCCR. It's a compliance company for truckers.
For truckers? Like over the road, like CDL holders?
Yeah, so it's called Federal Carrier Compliance Registration. They're
Oh, this is when Stacy was sitting in a waiting room and supposedly was getting a job with the government. Like that would fly over. Lead balloon, if you know what I mean. Lead balloon. He was probably still sitting in the homeless shelter, but they would kick his ass out every day and tell him to go mill around and go find himself a job. And supposedly he was getting one with the state of Idaho, working on like DOT clearances. It was quite the joke.
Basically, what they do is they get you your DOT numbers, your MCR numbers, all your stickers to get you up to date with all your licensing. Yeah, they're just a compliance company to get you in compliance with the federal and state regulations.
I'm surprised you have a driver's license, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't just go to truck driving school. There's a lot of them that'll, put you in a hotel and, take you to get your written test and then, put you in a truck and put you down the road after you pass it.
No, I know. I can't right now because I'm on federal probation.
Oh, but you would get permission to go somewhere else for employment.
Well, yeah, but I have to wait until at least a year on my probation before she'll let me work on the road like that. I've already asked her about that. I want to. But I have to wait until I get in good standing. I mean, I'm in good standing with her, like I don't have anything.
Always has an answer. Always has an answer all the time. And I couldn't imagine having his ass in the truck and going through a weigh station. They'd be like, what, did you just fill up? How much are you carrying? Oh, I got 40,000 pounds. Okay, well, how come you're at 80,300? Oh, then he gets out of the truck and they're like, yeah, well, the weight just went down. He's so damn disgusting. Always has an answer for everything, Stacy does. And he thought he could fool law enforcement, but in order to save himself, he wanted that deal. He wanted that deal. He wanted that 15-7, my friends. He wanted that 15-7. Little did he know, since Sarah was out of jail, somebody moved Michael. And they left him just sitting in jail. Her mom, Kay, didn't help get him out. No one gives a shit about Stacy. No one on this planet. Not one. His own mama, his own daddy, his own sister, these so-called friends. All he knows how to do is be a bum. That's really all he knows how to do. He knows how to get free gas and be a bum. Kimberly said, why would they offer Brandon a plea? I don't know anything about that. My understanding is, unless I was told wrong, that the only plea is to tell where Michael is. Which is what Stacy was trying to do.
Against me, I just have to wait. Until she clears me. I thought we were supposed to video chat today. What happened?
I told you that I was doing a live. I had a live that went on for like 3 hours.
What about now? You're not doing a live?
No, I'm not doing a live right now. I'm getting ready to vacuum and then I can be back on.
Oh, okay. Vacuum?
Yep.
Don't slip, bro.
Yeah, Fridays is my house cleaning day.
Oh, I got you. It's always good to do that.
Yeah, I can't stand messes. I can't stand it. I mean, I'm always steam cleaning the house. I got all the cabinets and everything scrubbed and, I reorganized, folded the blankets, put them in the blanket holder and stuff. Was Sarah a good housekeeper?
So yeah. I mean, she kept the house clean. I mean, I helped her as best as I could, yeah. But I don't know.
What did you think about Brandon saying you're such a messy pig?
Words don't faze me. I really could care less what he thinks, honestly. Like, he's a backstabber, and I don't care, so.
You know, you were saying that you were offered a plea agreement. I wonder. We'll get back to that. First off, Shannon, thank you so much for the super sticker. She said Idaho would not have hired him because he's a felon. He could truck drive. His PO would not have prevented him from driving the way they would pay for it. No one's going to hire his ass. No one. Especially OTR. Knowing that he's a suspect in the abduction of a child. My gosh. You are so right, Shannon. That's all he knows to do is lie, lie, lie. Hey, we have memberships pouring in. Lisa A, Cat OG. What am I going to do with you girls? Get your umbrellas. Come on. Dan Britt didn't get shit. Can we hashtag that? Dan Britt didn't get shit. And look at that. My girl Amy in Boston, 22 months, longest membership I've had on YouTube. Let's keep it going. We got a lot of stuff to do. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of people that we can try to help. Hold on. AKA Respect Pickles said she under a tornado watch. Where? Where? Because we got some coming through tonight. All right, so Stacy's saying that Brandon's a backstabber. Well, so be it. I hope they stab each other in the backs. Okay? I hope they do. Because that's the only way you're going to get the truth as to where Michael could be and what actually happened to him. Yes, I know there's a probable cause, and sadly, the probable cause is their weakest evidence, and I'm sure it's pretty damn strong. I'm sure it is. But Mike Duke is looking for something more in order to round up these pieces of garbage and put them behind bars in relation to the case of Michael Vaughn. But he's like, oh, Brandon's a backstabber. Who's the one that gave a whole Q&A with the police saying exactly where Michael was buried because he wanted a plea deal? Probably the only right thing Stacy's ever done in his life. I'm not mad at it.
He's a backstabber, and I don't care, so.
You know, you were saying that you were offered a plea agreement. I wonder if he was. Because if he takes a plea agreement, it's going to be problems for other people.
Right.
But I mean, when you think about it, he's the one that had to wash his clothes the night that Michael was abducted.
Exactly. Kind of weird.
Well, it's. I mean, I there's other adjectives besides weird.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so listen to what he says. All right, I'm bringing up. I sound like PG, right? Right. So I'm bringing up. Did they offer Brandon a plea agreement? He goes, it's kind of weird. He's the one that had to wash his clothes that night. But I mean, when you think about it, he's the one that had to wash his clothes the night that Michael was abducted.
Exactly. Kind of weird.
Well, it's. I mean, I there's other adjectives besides weird.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what were you thinking when he, while you're strapping, the the Mercedes Benz, which never got fixed in the first place and had been broke down. You said for a couple of days, but how long had he been living with you guys?
I mean, a while, a few months, off and on.
So it was working a couple of days before?
Oh, no. Like, I don't know, like, it'd been broke down for like a month, I think, or something like that. But, I mean, he'd been asking us, like I said, for quite some time to help him fix it.
Well, if he was in that much of a hurry, why'd he have to wash his clothes before it got towed? If he'd been bugging you.
No idea.
Well, you know these people better than me.
Yeah. I don't know. It was odd to me. That's for sure. I mean, I don't have any other words to say. I mean, it was definitely different.
Well, you're just talking to me as a friend. Again, you know.
I know.
Because I don't know these people, and you know, the problem is, you know, to clear your name, you know, talking to authorities, just saying I don't know, that's all I know. That's not going to clear you. You have to tell them exactly what you know.
I told them exactly what I know, and that's what I've told everybody else on the live.
Mm-hmm. He's always chewing and swallowing and hacking, but when he doesn't want to answer something, he starts yawning. Okay? Now, he didn't pull that game with law enforcement because he wanted to make sure that he got that plea deal. I'm sure they've all been offered a plea deal. The only one that was hot to trot to take it was Stacy, that I know of. Why doesn't Brandon take it? Why doesn't Brandon tell them where Michael is? And they might possibly take the firing squad off the table for him. Possibly. Now, Brandon and Misty, according to her, have broken up. She had a miscarriage. She has to have neck surgery. I think she's already had it done. I don't know. It was a big deal to keep it under wraps where Brandon was. I don't know why. I mean, hell, if you're innocent, what's it matter where you're at? We have freedoms in America. What the hell?
I've told him everything that I can, that I could possibly try to help him with, and that's exactly what I've told you guys. Not anything's different at all.
Oh, I know. Because I don't know if you saw the interview that Brandon did with Jonathan. He said that they, everybody was up, and, of course we heard about the fight with Adrian the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And you said there wasn't a fight. I mean, maybe you weren't around.
I don't recall fight being taking place at all.
And then he said that he went to his mom's house because he likes the water there more.
That's so stupid. That's such a lie. Maybe he does like it more. I don't know. I know he drank our water 1,000,000 times.
Well, you have to ask yourself why he needed to wash clothes when you're there to tow a car, because you're going to get your clothes dirty again. And that's obviously going to slow down what, you have going on, especially when Sarah does all the laundry for everyone in the house. Just you put on your clean clothes, take your clothes, These people don't care about clean drawers. They don't care about it. They don't care about they don't care about cleanliness. They don't care. Why did they have two fool's errands that night? To get the Mercedes and for Brandon to do laundry when Sarah does all the laundry for everyone in the house. Why was the duffel bag so heavy? Why did they get in such a hurry to get back to Fruitland? Walk me through this, everybody. Let's put our thinking caps on. In such a hurry when he's doing laundry. What's the hurry? What's the big deal? You got to wait to wash and dry him, right? Since you don't like the water in Fruitland. But Brandon and Sarah went back to Kuna the next morning. That would be July 28th. To take the clothes out of the washer and dry them and come back. So where was Michael? Was Michael in the home alone? Was somebody watching him? Like possibly Adrian was there? Because Adrian showed up at the house at 8:30 the next morning. His girlfriend brought him to the Fruitland house. And then suddenly, Brandon and Sarah remembered there was a load of clothes in the washer and had to go back to Kuna to put them in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues with Brandon. And
Me too.
I see Brandon and Sarah it just seems to me on the outside looking in that they are covering for each other.
Yeah, it's possible. Very possible.
Well, I mean, no, not possible. She was arrested for concealing the death of Michael Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not talking possible. You're just not going to arrest somebody without evidence. That probable cause was huge. It's sealed now.
Well, that was also dropped.
Without prejudice. I mean, I'm sure you paid attention in school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That means they can pick the charge up at any
They
time.
can pick it up again at any time, correct. Yeah.
I mean, with prejudice means they can't do anything with it. They have nothing to charge her with.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I know you said they offered you a plea deal. I mean, I'm just saying, friend to friend. I would tell them I would take whatever deal they're giving you.
But I can't.
Why?
Because they want the location of him. I can't. I don't have any of that. I don't even know where he is. They've already told me that it's called a conditional plea, and I told you this. They will not they will not go through with the plea deal until I have his whereabouts, and I don't have that. That's the whole reason I turned it down.
Okay, I'm going to help Stacy with this. He didn't turn it down. Because I said, why don't you take the plea deal? He goes, because I can't. It's a conditional plea. They want to know where he is at. Then he goes, that's why I turned it down. No, dude. They pulled the rug out from under your feet, which I couldn't imagine seeing those. And Michael was no longer in the backyard, so you didn't get your plea deal. You don't take a plea deal if you're innocent, okay? You're going to say, no, I need a lawyer, dude. I need a lawyer, and I need you to charge me. I need you to charge me with everything. I am innocent AF. You get me a lawyer, even a public defender that went to damn night school can help me with this. But he goes, oh, I turned it down. Nope. It was taken away from you because when they got there and they excavated that backyard, Michael was not there. And maybe Stacy, since he got his hand slapped for talking to Brandon when he was out on parole, maybe he was talking to him, trying to get Brandon to tell him where Brandon put Michael. So he could call the cops back, the detectives back, and say, I think I have a location for you. Can I go ahead and get some more of that plea deal? Because that 15 and 7 sounds a lot better than life. See, it'd be good to get a hold of Brandon and maybe try to get him to, say what him and Sarah were up to, or however, because I don't know, I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have really any words. I'm so over the situation, I'm over being lied about. I'm over having them lie about everything. That's stupid.
Is he still talking to Carson?
No, Carson hasn't talked to him in I don't know how long, years, I guess, since he's been gone. I talked to Carson the other day. I told you that.
Yeah, you wanted me to call him, but I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to say to him.
I don't know either. He just wants, I don't know. I just know he wanted to see the videos of Brandon throwing Carson under the bus.
Yeah, it looked that way to me. But again, I wasn't around when Michael was abducted.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe Carson was better friends with Brandon and Sarah and Adrian than you were aware of?
No, not at all. Carson and I were way better friends. Like, he even told me the other day when I talked to him, he goes, I knew there was something wrong with her the day I met her.
Oh, man. I just feel so bad for that little boy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when the police questioned you, did they give you anything that they have, or just ask you questions?
Just ask me questions.
See, that's why I think your attorney's lying to you, because you might be a suspect, but you haven't been charged, so he wouldn't have any knowledge of what they know. There's nothing in the court filing. Nothing.
No.
There hasn't been a court date. So for him to tell you he's going to defend you when it comes to it, as you said, then, I mean, how can he be so confident? Is he just taking your word, or what?
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. He's just on standby. Like he said, if they charge me, he will be there.
Oh, I thought you said that. I thought you said he said they have nothing. It's like it's laughable and all that stuff.
Well, that's what the DA was talking about. or the PA, prosecuting attorney.
Okay, more lies from Stacy. You really think, and yeah, Stacy sounds like Darth Vader. It's like, then it's, yeah, it's constantly. I mean, to be quite honest, he may not make it out of this last stint in jail. He might die in jail. He's not a healthy dude, and I'm not telling anyone to send him a card or pray for him. He's not. He's not. And it certainly doesn't help Michael for Stacy to go to hell before he's prosecuted. But it's constantly. But he says that his attorney, which his attorney is a public defender that was assigned to help him with these federal gun charges, pew-pew charges, okay? That he said he'll be on standby. Sure he will, buddy. And that he called the DA, and the DA basically is the one that said it's laughable. They don't have anything. So, which we know is a total lie. No DA is going to say that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you just got elected. I don't care if you're a secretary in the district attorney's office. That would never happen. They say never, but that would never happen. All right? They're all another one of those, and I mean all of them, that they think if they can convince social media, then it's going to be easy to school a jury.
The PA was the one laughing. But Tom was saying he doesn't even think they have anything. Because if they did, they would have already charged me.
You think maybe to give the family closure, the authorities are just trying to find Michael?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How'd you guess?
You're fine.
Yeah. Hey, Melanie. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not in law enforcement, but you know, they need to be able to, you know, put Michael to rest. They loved their son very much. They loved their son very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So out of the three, and again, you know them, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would be more apt to hurt a child? Because I mean, I think if you hurt a child, you know, that's one of the sickest things in the world to do.
Mm-hmm. Adrian.
Why?
Because he's only I could think of because he's got a human history, or a huge history of human trafficking. Why wouldn't I think that?
Oh no,
The history of somebody is going to receive them, no matter what situation you're in.
If you guys find something different, let me know. Okay? Let me know. All I could ever find on Adrian, and I know many of you have looked, charges were filed May 24th of 2022, and it was drug trafficking. Now, it is possible that detectives could have said to Stacy, who is not very smart, okay, not a sharp tack, okay, he's not. They could have said, well, he's got trafficking charges. And Stacy ran with it, just like Misty telling me and Brandon telling me, oh, Adrian was supposed to traffic him. Wonder how we could get a hold of him.
Brandon?
No,
No,
well,
Adrian.
Brandon or Adrian.
No. I try not to talk to him, so.
Well, someone's got to have a soul and understand the difference between the truth and a lie. I mean, because you totally blew what Brandon said out of the water, which is appreciated.
Yep.
Has Sarah's mom, Kay, has she gotten a hold of you recently?
No. She won't even talk to me. And I really don't care to.
What about this woman, Kimberly Wright?
That's her Meemaw. She was in prison too, with Sarah.
Because she's saying that she wants to talk and that she has information that could help the authorities. What would she know?
It's a great question. Kimberly lives in Tigris, Oregon. So.
Well, when was the last time that you and Sarah went to see her?
Years ago. It was like, the last time was like when she came down, Sarah came down to see me or pick me up from prison when I got out.
What year was that?
2020.
So when did you see Kimberly?
I didn't see Kimberly. I haven't seen Kimberly since before I went to prison.
I don't know, my friend. I just think that, you're in a really bad situation. I do.
Yep.
And I think that, you have enough to get the others in jail. And once they get them to a certain position, they will tell where Michael is.
Yeah, well, I've told them everything I told you guys, like I said, so they can do what they want with the information. I don't have anything else to give them.
Okay, I'm not showboating for Stacy. I will say this. I truly do not think he knows where Michael is. I don't. Because he was ready to take that plea deal. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. That's how he was. He was ready for them to find Michael in the backyard, everyone be arrested. He's out in 15 years, maybe 12 with good behavior. So I really don't think if he knew where, and I'm not taking up for him. I think they moved him when Stacy was still locked up. Okay, now we get to his bullshit about his attorney. So he's already admitted Brandon's change of clothes. How come nobody else had to change clothes at the Kuna house? Only Brandon. Brandon brings a duffel bag. Stacy stopped at Southwestern Arizona and saw a child playing with a toy. Now, he's not going to be real descriptive. He says things like standing on the sidewalk where there is no sidewalk. So he's painting a picture for everyone so we can imagine it because, well, he's a fucking nut. But they know where Michael was taken from because that's where the dogs stopped.
Money to give up where he's at.
Well, I saw somebody offered you $10,000. I didn't know what it was for because I was switching back and forth between that and keeping up with my friend Trev's channel. So I didn't even know what they were offering money for. If somebody offered me,
it wasn't dumb. Like it wasn't obvious. But, I mean, it's not hard to figure out. Why in the world would somebody offer that much money just for me going on the show? Really? I mean, put 2 and 2 together, Brooks.
somebody did offer him $10,000 to tell where Michael's at. Let me tell you what, if he knew, and this person that did put it in definitely has 10 grand, he would have said it right there. Okay? That would have been a lot of Pepsi and beefaroni and ramen for Stacy for the next 15 years.
It's not. And then you would text me it. Some people are willing to offer you money. Specifically.
Well, I know that you've been you've been having a problem with funds. And I said, there's some people on Josh's channel that are offering money. And I sent you the link. And
I know exactly what you did.
And then next time I heard from you, you were in the hospital. I mean, I didn't see a link out there or anything for you to come up. And I didn't exactly know the text of the conversation. But I mean,
I wouldn't come up. I wouldn't even. There's no reason for me to go back on YouTube. I don't care if I'm fucking getting paid money. I have nothing else to say.
I got you. Anna said, there is a reward offered. Cash money reward. You better believe it. Not one of those damn fake rewards like Sebastian's case. There's a cash money reward. All right? And I have brought this up to Misty and to Brandon. I'm like, look, y'all are hard on cash. You don't have a lot of lettuce. You don't have a lot of hard candy and walking around change. Why don't you just tell what you know? I was specifically talking to Misty because she would get that money and they'd all be cleaned up. It's funny how to spill their bullshit. They'll take a Jimmy John's sandwich. But when it comes to Michael, Stacy would grab it in a heartbeat. And I mean in a heartbeat. He doesn't know where Michael is. And he won't give specifics about what happened. Well, I believe law enforcement already knows. I believe they already know. They want Michael back home in whatever capacity. Alive, able to be buried, whatever. And I really think Misty could be the key. Not that she has anything to do with the disappearance, abduction, and probable murder of Michael Vaughn. But she knows Stacy very well. I mean, very well. And we can talk about that on another show. She was having a baby with Brandon. Brandon was living with her at her house in Lewiston, Montana, her parents' home. She knows him very well. If I know how to get a credit card out of my husband, she knows how to have a simple conversation with Brandon to say, hey, what was going on when Stacy was in jail and you were still living with Sarah? She can pout around and say, I thought you loved me more. I thought you loved me more. Why don't you tell me what happened? Well, where did you go to? Where did you go to? And just something minor could help. Well, I know Josh is saying that you were messaging him for money.
Yeah, I asked him one fucking time, and asked him to help me out with being able to get a little bit of hygiene shit, some food, etc.
Yeah, he was telling Josh he wanted money for hygiene shit and food. All right, Suave shampoo, 97 cents. A bar of soap from the Dollar Tree. Come on, dude. And I don't mean Josh, I mean Stacy.
I don't know exactly why that's such a crime, but it's okay.
No, it's not. I'm just saying. I don't even.
Apparently to him it is.
I mean, I don't even have to know because, I mean, I think maybe he's confused because you're saying I don't need money to be on a show, but you were extremely upset with him on Sunday, and then you're messaging him saying I need money to get hygiene products.
He literally reached out to me on Messenger like 2 months ago. I was able to hack into my old Facebook.
Oh.
And I saw that he messaged me. So when I responded to him, I didn't know that his name was he was the podcaster that has been on the labs. I didn't know that was him. Like it literally said Josh R. And I was like, who the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was him. He had to tell me through text messages. Do you know who this is, right? I was like, no. He goes, the labs. I was like, cool.
Yeah. Well, see, when I message people from the show, it says Crime Lines and Lies. It doesn't have my name.
Yeah, no, he's got his personal profile.
No, because it took, I think like maybe a year ago, I got one for the channel because people were confused. They didn't know who, Brooks is, even though it's an uncommon name. So I did a different Facebook profile with the channel name.
So anyways, I went to the emergency room last night. They did blood work. They did EKG. They did an IV. They did a chest X-ray and a CT scan, and they said that my liver has black spots all over it, and they said that my pancreas levels are decently high, which could lead to cancer.
What? Oh my gosh. We have the Cancer Treatment Center of America here in Tulsa.
Yeah, I don't need that yet. It's not even confirmed that I have cancer. I still have to see a primary care physician.
It might be the stress.
Probably.
Okay, so as you all know, I really do not care about these fake liver spots, black spots on his liver. Really, like that really happened. I was talking to him when he was in the ER, and they basically told him to get more fiber and watch recreational drugs and things like that. And he wanted to know what time they were having breakfast. Okay. That was pretty much it. And he's in prison now. So let me tell you, he's getting good health care. All right, my friends? He's getting good health care. And pancreatic cancer will wipe you out. I mean, shit. We had a patient at the doctor's office. Took a month. But they're going to monitor his pancreas and his liver. Sure. What did they say about your bronchitis and everything?
I can't figure out why I'm coughing so much. They put me on steroids.
Was everybody at the shelter scared when you had to go?
The hospital, no. Everybody was just doing their own thing. I don't care what people think, honestly. Like,
Can you tell OJ to get off the TV? He's trying to fight with the ducks on the TV.
that's funny.
Like, he thinks like they're really outside the window, and his paw prints are all over the TV.
That's funny.
Poor OJ got pimped out for deflection. True story. Yeah, that's like a really deep chest cough. I honestly don't think not Josh, I can't speak for Josh, but Justin meant any harm.
Oh, he did, though. He did, though. He didn't even apologize to me. I confronted him on it and everything.
I know.
He had no remorse at all. It's because he knows what he did wrong.
And that could be part of it, because I mean, you know that, you know, Justin, I mean, he's had it rough, you know.
I don't care if he's had it rough. Like, it's not. When you promise somebody that something's going to stay in between the circle, you don't go and fucking spread it outside the circle. Period. And I trusted him to keep that in between the lines. Like,
Well,
please quit trying to justify his actions.
well, I'm always apologizing for people and myself. I honestly,
really, because I still have yet to give up on an apology. So,
well, you told me I apologize all the time, and you're like, you know, your apologies mean nothing.
Justin hasn't even made an attempt to apologize, and you do apologize all the time.
I do, because I don't want anyone to feel bad. I mean, if you want, we can go live right now, and you can say,
I'm not going live. Don't even try that shit.
No, I'm just giving you. You can say,
okay, that's cool.
You can just say, yeah, he's a piece of shit. He had no right to do what he said.
Nope, I'm good.
I mean, I still don't understand why you were saying that you only have a few days to, you know, enjoy life.
Oh my God, we're going over this again?
No, it's not that. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why anybody would give your attorney who doesn't represent you a heads up. I just don't get it.
He does, and he's going to represent me. I've already said this. There's no which way. There's not. You go. It's not going to be like you're going to understand.
No, because I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be ignorant.
Okay.
If I was you, I would find a new attorney personally. Well, because you said on another show that you were tired of being interrogated, that your attorney was there, and so you lied about where Michael's remains were.
I lied before I met with my attorney.
Well, I mean, what attorney would let anyone? And like
again, my attorney was not present. Listen to my words.
Okay, I didn't know that you could just say, I'm not talking to you, I need an attorney.
Okay. I chose. I'm not having this conversation, Brooks.
Nope.
If it's beside the point, it doesn't even matter.
Okay. He hung up on me again. When he can't answer a question and he feels he's put in a corner, that's what you got. That's what you got. So rude. So rude. So rude and so nasty. Well, he gets a little more mad at me. Tools to do it. I'm not FBI.
Quit trying them. Quit fucking trying them. Because you try way too fucking hard to involve yourself in shit that does not work. Yeah. No, thank you.
Well, I'm sorry I let you down. I thought things would help you. You're
helping me, okay? Like, you sat there and recorded every fucking phone call that we've ever talked on.
And
don't try to fucking deny it, because I know it's a lie, okay? I know exactly what you're up to, more than you think that I know.
Let me tell you something right now. I recorded 2 of them.
Really? 2 of them? Yeah, I'm sure. That's why Justin for all and the labs and everybody else and Eve have all the, and Christy have all these fucking screenshots and text messages of everything that I fucking even sent you.
I haven't sent Eve anything. I don't talk to her.
Good. Probably best you don't. She fucking thinks you're disgusting.
No, I didn't send Eve anything, and I don't know who Christy is.
Hey, you
He goes, good thing you didn't send Eve anything. She thinks you're disgusting. Listen, you can record a phone call. It's nasty to do if you're talking to a friend, somebody having a meltdown or something like that. But you're talking to a suspect in a crime. Eve thinks you're disgusting. Well, she's a suspect, Whisper. Come on.
Fucking misery. Sweet misery.
Christy Marie? I've never talked to her before.
Okay, yeah, that's why she sent me fucking a screenshot of what you sent her, right? That has your fucking name listed to it. I never fucking try to hide shit. Like, that shit doesn't just get made up, Brooks.
Well, I get that, but I didn't send her anything. We're friends on Facebook on my business account, but I've never sent her anything. I can look right now. If you want my passwords, you can have them. You can look for yourself.
I don't care about your fucking passwords, bro.
No, if you want the proof, you can have it.
I don't care.
Well, you say you don't care, but you're upset.
No, I am upset because it's fucking ignorant. You think that you're just the fucking smoothest fucking crook in the shed, dude.
Well, you already said I'm not smooth. You already said that.
No, I said you think you're just the smoothest crook in the shed. You think your shit don't stink, and you're full of fucking shit, dude.
And I don't know who Misery is. I think her real name is Christy Marie.
It is Christy Marie. Correct. That's her channel. It's Christy Marie, Sweet Misery.
And I told you that was a horrible interview. Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You did great with Lauren.
I don't know why you bother to fucking even stalk me, bro. Just get over it, dude. Like, I don't care what Sarah has to say. Like, she's in prison. But she's not saying much, I can tell you that. Like, this is the kind of shit that really fucking irks me. You think, because in some part of your fucking brain, you think that Sarah's saying shit because of words that are going around, rumors that are being spread. But I'm telling you, You don't know.
No.
Because Sarah is not dumb enough to, for one, sit there and talk about shit over a recorded fucking line. And two, she's not going to talk about it with anybody.
Well, I guarantee you're way smarter than her. I can just tell you that for a fact. You're way smarter than her.
Probably. Who's counting? I'm not.
Oh, well. Well, I miss talking to you, so.
So I block you on Messenger and I block you on my phone. So you hit me up on my other Facebook.
Yeah, because several of our members said they've been talking to you on there, and I was like, well, ask him to call me. I miss talking to him. Greg wants
Why
to.
would I call you, Brooks? Why?
Oh, so that's how it goes with friends. You fuck up once and you're done.
Brooks, you sat there and sit there and fucking call me a liar and say that I really didn't have a drug test to go do, and then when it comes down to it, I tell you what I'm going through, struggling right now financially, and express to you that I've been red flagged from every employment opportunity out there.
You didn't tell me that before. You told
Yes, I
me
fucking did.
that you had a job lined up. You called me from the waiting room. You said, I'm probably going to have this job in 2 or 3 hours. It's been one thing after
What the
another.
fuck are you smoking, dude? I never said I was in the waiting room looking for a fucking job.
No, you said you had one lined up. You were in Boise, and you said that.
I told you, I know exactly what job you're talking about. And I told you before I went out to Nampa and moved out there that they told me that they were not going to hire me at that time. I told you that. Again, it's not my problem that you sit there and refuse to listen to half of the shit that I fucking say.
It's very hard to keep up with all of it.
That's not my problem, is it?
No, not at all.
I'm not the one that's sitting there fucking ignoring me. I'm not the one that sits there and acts like they're listening. In reality, they're just fucking letting me go one ear out the other.
And that is part of my problem. And a lot of people have said that to me. A lot of them. They're just like, are you even paying attention? Or do you just think about what you're going to say?
Then fix it, Brooks. Fix it.
I don't know how to.
Then fucking get counseling or something, because I ain't gonna fucking do this all the time.
Okay.
Like, I'm not your fucking mediator. I'm not your counselor. I'm not your counselor.
I'm not this. I'm not that. Okay, I have to stop it right there because the rest of it I can't share. Someday it will be out. I promise. Someday it will. But he got really, really, really angry. It is barf. Pat K, thank you, Brooks, for the interviews you did. I know it was hard, but at least lots of info was given by him. I think it helped. God bless. Love you, Pat. Love you, Pat. Yep. He said, fix it, Brooks. Fix it, Brooks. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to fix myself or go get cancer as if it's jarred up at the Walgreens to make him feel happy. All they can do, and it seems to me that the truth lies with Brandon, because I don't see Sarah just getting out of jail back at the Red Wing house in Fruitland and having the nerve to go to that backyard knowing she's being watched. No way. But Brandon was still there, and so was Randy Strickland. Randy Strickland is not a suspect, so I can't put him in with it. But I'm telling you, with the junk they drive and the way they know how to leave phones behind, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that someone like a suspect didn't go dig Michael up put him into one of their junk ass cars and put him somewhere else, and then show back up. And then as the investigation is really going forward, Stacy says he was buried under the grill. You have Stacy on another channel talking to Brandy, saying, you know, we've done a lot of dumb shit, but nothing, you know, sexual wise. That's what he said. You have Misty telling me Adrian was there to traffic him. Brandon said, I just know that he was there to traffic him. Okay. So it's up to the DA 100% to find whatever he needs to put all this in front of a jury, because it's a messy mess. You have a beautiful little boy that was kidnapped out of his own neighborhood. Out of his own neighborhood. You have 4 social deviants that were hiding in plain sight. Truth is, they were. They were still running their taxi cab company. They were still going to Rent-A-Center to get TVs, the whole 9 yards. Transporting dogs down to Texas, you name it. Just dicking off like nothing ever happened. Eating big old hamburgers together. Going to the hospital for kidney infections and shit. One thing after another. So when we pray for Michael, let's also pray for the wisdom of the prosecuting attorney to put this together in order to have it fly with a jury of their peers. Okay? Well, you guys are the best. Thank you for never giving up on Michael Vaughn. Thank you for being here. Today's a great day on all your social media to put out Michael's picture and tell people Michael matters and he's still missing. You guys are the best. Best members, best mod squad, best amazing people that are always here for the right reason. No drama, just loving each other and being super cool people. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will see you back here tomorrow morning because, woo, things are heating up in Henrietta. Oh, yes, they are. We will talk about it tomorrow. You guys are the best.